Yeah, I can tell you're stressing out because I had to pick the guest this week, huh?
No, I knew. Sheyne, you're in control of the guest this week, and I have no idea who it is. However, Sheyne, yes. I am quite confident that I could get it in 2 guesses.
Okay.
With no clues whatsoever.
With no clues? Well,
yeah.
I have 4 clues. You sure you don't
want?
You
have 4 clues. Oh.
They're pretty good clues.
Okay. I'll try a guess. We'll do it as per usual, where I try and guess it after each one.
Okay.
But I feel like I should have some consequences, but I feel like I've also got away with it. So let's carry on.
If you don't get it right, we'll make you ride Hangover on Sunday in Sedona. Okay.
Well, that's when we're filming the session video.
I know.
So you would have to ride it as well.
Oh, okay. All right. Hint number 1. This person is coming back from a pretty serious MTB injury, broken collarbone.
A broken collarbone?
Yes.
Well, this has thrown me quite... I can tell you, Sheyne, I was wrong.
Oh, is broken different from separated?
Well, is it Bobo?
Wrong. Okay. So hint number 2.
I was like, maybe he just got Bobo's injury wrong.
Hint number 2. This person's sticker is on my sticker board.
Oh, hold on. I know who it is.
Hint number 3. I know. You have met this person.
It's Ken.
What? Oh, okay.
I've got it.
That's
still
wrong.
got it.
Wrong. What?
It's wrong?
You thought, okay.
You're joking.
So
Sheyne,
they're coming back from yeah.
I'm impressed. You are doing really well.
Okay. They're coming back from an MTB broken collarbone. The sticker's on my sticker board. You have met this person. This person is most definitely not a professional rider.
Is it Unprofessional Kyle? He's right there.
I had you all worried with the stream setup. You're like,
it worked, Paul.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is
amazing. If I knew RC was going to be last week, I would have just had him in my garage. So I figured, hey, why not? Why not have
Unprofessional Kyle as we live and breathe? Let's roll the intro.
Hey guys, this is a mountain bike podcast, a mountain biking podcast, an MTB podcast about mountain biking. We talk about bikes, but in a way we don't. You never know it by the name. It's the Joey Podcast, now known as Joey Mountain Bike Podcast for search engine optimization.
I didn't even have the document open because I was like, I might see who it is logged in. I don't want to ruin it.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, dude, check out what we are drinking tonight. Big Gay Ale.
Oh my God.
It's so good.
It looks delicious.
Right from Salt Lake City.
And it's also a great way of welcoming our LGBTQ community that watches. Welcome everyone.
Everybody.
Okay.
And welcome one and all to the Joey Podcast version 2.0 with our guest, Unprofessional Kyle. I don't have to think about which side to do the high five on because he's just right here. Yeah. And since Josh has contracted a rare case of Benjamin Button syndrome and has turned back into an infant that needs lots of love and care, we will now invite a new guest to join in our wonderful, focused, and important discussion about all things mountain biking. Probably not, but we have some topics. And, we're still going to have me, myself, Sheyne, or Big Papa, or I can't remember what it is.
And Big Papa.
And this person over here sounds like...
Hi, Sheyne. 5. High five. High five. That's me. Visual people. There's a video version. YouTube.
We play into that so much. We probably shouldn't for this audio podcast, but should we just jump right in? Where have we ridden this week? Paul, you want to start off before we get into the shenanigans over here?
Yes. I still haven't ridden anywhere apart from Watopia. However, great news. Very important news. My bike is built. I have tires, which is what I was waiting for. And it is good to go. The first ride is going to be tomorrow.
Did you film your new tire sponsor video yesterday?
I don't have a tire sponsor. They're just helping me out with tires.
Well,
but whatever, I'm having Michelin's for this year.
Oh, no way. We hear good things about them. All from a Lone Ranger.
Well, I spoke to a couple of industry people that work for other companies, and I noticed that they had Michelin's on their bikes, and I was like, what are they like? And they were like, they're amazing. So they gave me the marketing person contact, and I messaged them, and they couldn't sponsor me because it was pretty late in the year, really. But they were like, we'll give you some tires, and I was like, sure, why not?
Well, you hear that they're great, but are you worried? I'm always a little bit worried to try something other than the Minions.
Oh no, Michelin's like, if it's good enough for Sam Hill, like I'll take it. That's the idea. But I think no, they're very, very grippy. That's my first initial reaction. Like the rubber's kind of quite rough. It's not shiny at all. But I think I have quite a soft compound anyway. But I have enough tires so I can get away with it.
Ooh, did you send like a whole box?
Yeah, I got like 20 tires for the year.
Oh, bring some to Sedona.
They're literally like, it sounds like a lot of tires, right?
Yeah.
But when you actually like go, okay, I have 3 bikes, and then like I need spares if like one of them tears, and then one of them will wear out. Actually, it's like, oh, it's a few tires.
Excuses to not share with your friends.
Exactly, it's perfect. I haven't got the downhill tires yet, though. Downhill tires aren't available for a bit. Apparently, there's a strike in France or something.
Oh,
so that's what's been holding them back.
Did they get the big gay ale illness? Or
is that an illness?
The Corona Budweiser illness?
Yeah,
I was thinking of the first beer that came to mind, and it was probably the worst example to call it illness.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Are referencing the coronavirus. Please don't come at me.
Yeah, no, it's not the coronavirus fault. It's strikes in France. Apparently, they've had issues.
Well, the French make the best tires, right? Or no, isn't it the Germans?
Max, it Taiwanese, because they probably make quite a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
So we'll see. But I'm very excited. They were very tight to get on the tire. I think it might be just like the rim tire combination with the Syncross wheels.
Yeah.
The great thing is that they're probably never going to come off, so I really hope. But literally, my housemate Dan, who has owned a bike shop, like he was wrestling to get it on, I was like, "Oh no!" He actually had a new technique where he had the tire in between his legs, and he was it was like a kind of a. I don't want to act this out. Actually, it might be very suggestive, but when he was wrenching on it, it was like he was going for it big time. I'm a bit worried because we did use tire levers to put the front tire on, and overnight it went down.
Do you think you busted a bead or stretched it? Or
no, I think because what happens when you do a tire lever, when you lean it in, you pinch the rim tape. Exactly.
I hate that. Oh, okay. So you've got that issue with really tight
potentially. I don't know. I've pumped it up again. It didn't get all the way down, which is like a good sign. So I've pumped it up. I pumped it up again, and then fingers crossed.
Did you do cush core in the rear?
No.
Oh,
people always go on about it, but like, just check your tire pressure regularly. And
I'm saying that's good because if your tires are incredibly hard to get on, if you had cush core and then you slashed on the trail, there's no way you're gonna get out. Like you'd have to ride it flat.
It'd be pointless. But no, I don't think there's that much of a well in the middle of the Syncross wheels rather.
Yeah.
And I think with a bigger well it makes it easy to get on. But no, they're pretty tight on. But I'm just excited to go riding tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be the video is gonna be like what it's like setting up a new bike. So I've already done loads of faff in the garage, and I even had a whole couple of hours today doing more faff. Which is because a lot of it's different, like Shimano brakes, Shimano shoes, like all the contact points are kind of different.
But really, you're not setting up. You had a bike shop take care of you, bro.
When? No, like
the video,
getting everything in place, getting the angles, getting the bar roll, getting the cleats in the right position. Like that's so much fun.
Yeah, I suppose. Well,
yeah. And then it's got a different fork on it as well this year. It's got a 36 instead of a 34. Ooh. So I've got to
Which damper?
Fit 4, because obviously twin lock. But it's the updated Fit 4. It's updated Fit 4.
Oh, I think I might have asked you that. So is it Fit 0?
fit for the task at hand? Yes, it is.
Huh? Oh, is that why
like
they
that
named
one?
it that?
No, I don't know. It's probably just the 4th generation of fit damper, isn't it?
I suppose so.
So
So
Grip 2. It was the 2nd generation of the grip damper.
I'm noticing right now, and I think it happened last week too, and I think it will always happen when we have a guest. You and I just keep going at it because we're pretty good at going at it. You know, me and Paul like to go at it pretty hard.
Big time.
And it can get awkward for our guests. And even like last week with RC, it was like we would do our thing and then we'd be like, oh, and what do you think, RC? So we're going to
we need the guests to freaking get involved. That's what we need.
We're going to throw it off to Kyle. Where did you ride last week or this week?
We'll start today and work backwards. Today we rode at Lunch Loops. Didn't have a whole lot of daylight though, so
You say we, but I wasn't there.
you're right. Not
Oh.
we. My other
No wee. Oh, that's a great dad joke. Didn't even know.
Bazinga.
Kyle, what are the lunch loops for people that have no idea?
Oh, if they don't have any idea what the Lunch Loops are, they're not very into mountain biking.
Oh,
I could go downstairs to my housemate, ask him what the lunch loops are. He would have no idea.
Okay, well, there's some of the most notorious trails in Colorado, especially the Western Slope, and there are backyard trails.
Paul doesn't consider them trails, FYI.
They're hiking.
mean-
I thought they were hiking routes. Are they not hiking trails?
Aren't all mountain biking trails hiking trails?
Oh.
No, they're not. Actually. Not no.
Mostly. All the ones out here are, that I'm aware of.
Yeah. Why do they call them the lunch loops?
I don't know. I think because you can bang out loops at lunchtime. Like there's so many interconnecting ones. You can make a short loop or a big loop or do
that's
whatever you want.
cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yesterday I rode Kokopelli, which is always nice. If you haven't heard of Horse Thief Bench,
I've been
Kokopelli, then you haven't heard of anything in Colorado. And then last week was my bachelor party, and I rode in South Lake Tahoe in California, but not on a bike.
Whoa.
I was on like a wooden thing, a long wooden plank or a board, if you will. Snowboard,
What?
they were calling it. It's a weird thing. I don't know. All the trails were actually buried under this white stuff. It's very cold.
What does snowboarding have to do with the white stuff? I don't know the link.
You stumble your way onto the board while on the white stuff, and then you fall down, and then you try to get back on, and then you somehow attach yourself to the board, which is just the most dangerous thing I can think of.
It's got a 65-degree head angle. It's coil.
Here we go.
It has an Evol air spring, and it's got I was gonna say Maxxis Minions, but I don't know the name of your new tires.
Neither do I. I think wild enduros. I think they are. Anyway,
Yeah.
but that's splendid.
Did you get hurt?
I did not, but one of my friends was concussed after run 2. So that was good. It was very icy.
And that's why we say just give up snow sports and just stick with mountain biking. It's way better. It's what I've been trying to campaign for locally, but no one's really hearing it.
At least right after a snow day instead of 2 weeks with no snow. It's very hard stuff.
I wish I could say I got out.
You didn't?
Well, I went out on like the bike path or the trail next to the river with my kids and the crashing mom and some family friends.
And the crashing sister. I realized that the crashing son doesn't have a crashing. He's not the crashing brother.
No.
However, she deemed herself the crashing sister.
Yeah, she did. And we actually made her a sticker. Actually, it doesn't say the crashing sister. It has her name on it with a rainbow, and it says "Nature is my buddy" on it. But that's what she's giving out for Valentine's tomorrow at school.
Oh no!
And she calls herself the crashing sister. So she's gonna call me crashing sister stickers.
It's quite an interesting name because shouldn't she be the crashing daughter?
Correct. But she came up with it. She's 6, so she gets to do what she wants. But
I like the idea that you're like, no, oh great, whatever. And you just every time she says it, it's like, I mean, really, you should be the crashing daughter if you're going to be on brand. Oh.
On brand. Yep. I'm disappointed. No, I'm just kidding.
As you should be.
She's listening right now. I love you.
I hope she's not listening.
No,
she's wildly inappropriate. What else? I was going to say lots of inappropriate things, but they'd be inappropriate for all ages, really.
Well, That's fine. We'll just continue to drink our big gay ale.
Nice. Hey, I have a question, Kyle. How has your life changed since Josh made the announcement that you were his boy and he was a huge fan of you?
Ooh.
Well, I feel like it's a lot to live up to. I've had to set my standards for myself a lot higher, and I don't know. I don't know how to live with it, really.
Yeah, I mean, is that why it's been more than a year since you've made a YouTube video about mountain biking? The pressure is just
I don't know how to live up to that at this point. But since he's not on the podcast anymore, I don't know if that comment is even validated anymore.
Well, he does listen, and he commented how much better the podcast was.
Well, at that, should we jump right into last week's comments?
Oh, yes.
It's last week's comments.
I realized the other day that I could actually sing all of the jingles off by heart.
It's last week's comments.
Exactly.
Yeah, dude, bust it open while we're in intermission.
I don't know. I feel like we've actually been having enough jovial momentum to leave this in. So 15:33. And what were the last week's comments?
Oh, well, last week we talked about me quitting my job to go to Sedona Mountain Bike Fest. And
yeah.
RC Outdoor Gold was our guest. RC Outdoor Gold was our guest. Yes. And Mario V actually commented, RC/OG should be your new third co-host.
Oh, well, that's very nice words for RC there then.
Well, Mario, we've got Kyle here. I think you just embarrassed him.
No. I'm sorry, what? I wasn't paying attention. I was opening another beer.
That's not how you do this, Kyle. I mean, yeah, I was going to say you're being very unprofessional right now, but I guess that's you.
I'm trying to live up to the hype of my name. Brand.
Well, Kyle, do you want to start us off with the first official last week comment?
Oh, let's see if I can read. Oh, that's a long one. The whole thing?
Yeah, the whole thing.
Oh, I'm dyslexic, right?
Hold on, Sheyne. Why did you underline every single comment? That's going to make it so much harder to read.
Yeah.
Oh, here, let me fix. Oh, hey, Paul's got you, bro.
Fixed.
Do it.
Oh, I'm so nervous to read. I can't
Right.
read. No.
Oh my!
It's
wow!
It's
Kyle,
like in school when you have to read out to the class. I can't do it. I get nervous. I get
so
dyslexic.
unprofessional.
It's gonna be extremely monotone, and I can't do it.
Have some more beer, Kyle. I'll cover you here. Our boy Curtis Newkirk. He said, "Oh, this podcast took forever to get started. I never thought I would miss Josh, but his energy is being missed." Oh, Josh! I will be celebrating with my wife our 5-year anniversary at the Sedona Mountain Bike Festival. We are stoked to be there and go ride. Curtis, me, and Paul, and RC, and Robert from Biker. Who else? Josh. We're all.
You've already forgot. He's already dead to you. You're like everyone. Can't think of someone else.
We're all gonna be there at the Sedona Mountain Bike Fest. Come say hi.
Is Unpro Kyle going?
What are you doing?
Not, unfortunately.
Why?
It's his birthday.
It's my birthday weekend, but I'm going. I have to do a introduction to Sommelier course for work in Denver.
Sommelier.
Wait, is it? You're going to be a wine recommender?
Oh,
please.
You knew what that was?
Of course I do. Yeah. I'm incredibly learned. So please explain why you're doing this. Is this for your new job that you're moving to California and abandoning Sheyne for?
I don't know. That's a kind of on the down low announcement.
What are you talking about? Are you serious? Because like 2 podcasts ago, Sheyne comes on and is like, "Hey, everyone."
My boss follows my YouTube channel, and hopefully he doesn't watch the podcast. So
this YouTube channel?
That's why you haven't posted, because every time you ride is during work hours.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, I don't know what you're talking about, actually.
You don't have to timestamp. The video doesn't have like metadata on it. You can just be like, "Oh, this happened on Saturday."
What's up, YouTube? It's a beautiful Saturday.
Saturday.
But yeah, so I've been working for wine and spirits distributors for like 7 years. So this one finally offered a sommelier course. Actually, I've been in beer mostly, but this one I do wine. I do some sales and whatnot. So
you're getting older, moving away from beer into the grape.
Yeah.
What's an interesting fact that you can share with us about wine?
There's red ones, white ones, bubbly ones, still ones.
He hasn't taken the course yet.
It's an introductory course.
I know nothing.
I know a few things, but I mean, none of it's particularly interesting to me. I'm more into whiskey.
Okay. So what kind of characteristics would you be looking for from a nice Cabernet Sauvignon, for example?
Dry for sure and bold. But again, this is pre-taking the...
I don't know. There was some quiet...
Cabernets are definitely known to be dry, though.
What do you like to pair with a Cabernet Sauvignon?
Oh, steak for sure.
How about you, Paul?
I'm vegetarian, so give me another suggestion, Kyle.
Something savory. So I don't know. I've never had tofu, but I believe it's supposed to be a savory.
It can be whatever whatever you want.
Oh, you know what?
I mean, tofu is largely flavorless.
I have no idea. Never tried it. No interest.
Well, you could try Beyond Meat.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, I've been having the Qdoba Impossible Meat lately, and it's quite good. I mean, I don't know if I'd have a Qdoba burrito with a Cabernet, but
so I think I mentioned this maybe last week or the other one. I was like, oh, my friend Unprofessional Kyle heard about Harder Boners from Sonia Looney and us.
Yes,
tried the Qdoba Beyond Meat. Is it Beyond or Impossible? I don't know.
It doesn't matter.
There's two companies. There's Impossible Company, and then there's Beyond Meat Company. There's two main players.
Which one's better?
Well, do you know what? Do you know the creator Mark Rober by any chance?
Yeah, he's one of my favorite YouTubers.
Well, he just put out a video yesterday about Beyond and Impossible Meat and talked about all the facts. For example, did you know that a third of the state's land is actually devoted to raising beef?
Which United States?
Yes.
Wow.
So, and it's got loads of facts on there. I think it was supported by Bill Gates and his foundation, which is actually quite a nice sponsor to have. So, and he's on there and he's like looking into all the Beyond Meats and stuff. It seemed like Beyond Meat as a company was more like actual plant-based.
Yeah.
So their stuff is made from plant stuff. So like it gets like its fattiness from coconuts instead of obviously animal fat, etc., etc. And Impossible seemed to be a bit more on the chemical side, but obviously still like it's not like monofluorophosphate and everything. It's still just like I think Keem is the flavor that gives meat its meat flavor. So you can extract that from soy plants and stuff.
Oh,
and they made new things. So I'd highly recommend going and watching this Mark Rober because he's got some great facts in it.
I will link that below because he needs all the views that he can get.
Oh yeah, he only gets like a quadzillion every single video.
That makes me sad because I have not been watching YouTube or participating at all lately, and I usually like to watch the Mark Rober videos right when they come out. So I'll have to get on that.
Okay, so what other comments?
Back to Sedona that we talked about last week.
I will do Over the Hill MTB.
Okay. Well, it wasn't really a comment. I'll just okay. Our boy Trail Features. He said he's suddenly not free on Sunday.
Joe, you will have no choice. Although I might actually change it to Saturday, depending on everyone, because Josh is there on Saturday and he's leaving Saturday night. But
aren't we going to have a big old hangout on the patio of this like hotel that's putting us up Saturday night?
True.
Maybe we're not supposed to now. I don't know if because they have to.
No, we should. We should tell everyone as much as possible. So people turn
I read it today. He said they have to limit it to 50 people because the fire inspector or fire marshal is like, you can't have more than 50.
If the fire marshal comes over and says you've got too many people, I would consider
success.
Yeah, it would be exactly fist pumping ridiculousness. But we could do a Joey podcast live from the patio. Have you thought about that?
Yes, we were going with Robert. I don't know. He might want to do a biker bar. But if all of us bring our laptops and our microphones, we can just hold it and just kind of do it kind of more freeform, which would be pretty fun. We could have an audience. It's last week. I couldn't remember the name, but this time I'm prepared. It's the Skyrock Inn that's putting us up. And I think they're really close to the venue.
You have no idea. Do you know how close they are? They're on
across the street.
Yeah, they're on the same road.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
So it's literally across the street. Friday, we're going to, follow us on our Instagrams because we'll put it out there. But Friday, we're going to be doing a group ride from the hotel. Friday evening or afternoon. Saturday evening, we're going to be having a big hangout on the patio. It's going to be fun times.
It's going to be great. And we should tell people about it.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
I should put it in my video that I'm putting out this week, or maybe not this week because the weather is terrible and it's like putting a damper on things quite literally.
Maybe we have a fire marshal that follows one of us and he's going to be like,
yeah, but I'll let a few extra people.
Yeah.
50 people turn up. Wow. That would be amazing. Anyway, so yes, Joe, I still might switch the thing to Saturday and we just start earlier and more efficiently than we did last year. And because I think it'd be nice to have Josh in the group ride. I think it'd be funny. But which trail? Kyle, any suggestions on which trail?
In Sedona?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, my number one choice is Hangover.
Oh, that's what we're going to do.
Well, we should do it really, I guess. I think it'd be freaking hilarious. Although I imagine that other people would want to do a video on Hangover, but
I've only ridden three of the trails that are the H trails. So Highline, Hangover, and the Three Hogs. So I don't have a whole lot to compare to. The Hogs is pretty fun, but it's really traversy.
Yeah. I did a video with Tess that does Dusty Betty last year, and it's like it's okay. Like there's still features on it. I mean, it'd be quite fun to take Joe on it. And there's one thing that I didn't do last year. It was like there's that kind of right turn. And then it goes like you turn it on a slab basically, or there's a drop.
Yeah, Kyle knows how to do that.
I did a board slide down that.
Yeah, I think maybe even at this time of year, there's like a spring just above it, and it just soaks the rock. And I was like, I'm not keen on this.
Oh man.
But we shall see.
If you were listening and you listened to the Sedona thing last week, Over the Hill MTB commented a bunch of trail info. I think someone else might have added some trail info too on the new trails as well. So he added comments. Go to that video from last week and get the Sedona trail beta. So yeah, linked below. We do have
what did he do? What did he say? Or she?
It's big long comments just about what the new trails are called and suggested routes. So check that out, peeps, if you're gonna be there.
Wait, I'm going to do a last week's comments because I've been called out. I've just clicked on to see the newest ones, so you may have missed this. This one's from Narwalker, vegetable-based Paul, according to Zwift, can't keep up with his workouts. I'm sure he will blame the trainer again instead of no power. Well, I'll fully chat about this. Let me just undo my jacket as I increase body temperature through stress. If you recall, I got injured and then right at the same time, I got sick and it put me completely off kilter and I missed a couple of sessions and I haven't been keeping up. And then I did have a trainer malfunction a couple times, actually. It almost did it again the other day. But no, I think because I've missed them, I've just felt quite weak. And I start the workout, I did one this week and it was brutal, Sheyne. I don't know what the percentages are. I can't remember. Oh, but it's my FTP is 258, right?
Oh,
so
it's gone up.
Yeah, this has come up in the podcast before.
I thought it was 250. Okay, no, I think 250 was mine and 258 was yours.
Same.
Yeah,
but so it would do 370 for 30 seconds.
Oh.
And then 50% FTP, so 130. It would repeat that 8 times.
What?
Then you have 5 minutes break, and then you have to do that block 2 more times. So 3 sets of 8 mental sprints.
12 minutes at 370.
Wow. No. Oh yeah, I guess total. Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
But I did the first block, and I got through it, and I was like, maybe I can recover. And then I started the next one and I got 2 in and just went, I can't do this. It's just so hard. But the thing is, I don't think it takes into account if you do other things as well. I do CrossFit 3 times a week as well. And that's very intense.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
I don't know. You can do anything for 30 seconds. when I
can you do it? Can you do it 24 times?
Yeah. When I had a coach and I did like training in Salt Lake City with a professional women's cycling team, I remember there was this girl and she was just like this little 105-pound girl, but she was a trainer. And like I'd get on and she'd yell at me. She'd be like, "You can do anything for 30 seconds. Keep going." Like, "You paid for this. You need to do it. No quitting." It was the best thing. I loved it. It was so good.
That's it. That's probably who I need. But yeah, I was just like, I mean, for sure. I did wimp out of doing a couple of workouts. One because Sheyne broke. The other time it's just I'm pretty freaking tired. like I'll be honest, like the illness really kind of took me down. It shouldn't have done, but it did. So it's nothing to do with the fact that plants. There are plenty of elite athletes that are on plant-based diets. For example, did you know the Williams sisters are on plant-based diets? Thrown out there. Yeah. Okay. And anyway,
the Schwarzenegger is
and the Schwarzenegger. Yeah. Okay. Oh, hold on, Sheyne.
Yeah?
Did we have the Trinity Emergency Trauma Center?
Does that warrant a listener of the week? I mean, I know we've shouted out to them before, but we've never known their name. They are what did you say? The Trinity Emergency Trauma Center?
Yeah, that's what it says on your document.
Shout out to you guys. Thank you for listening. That's awesome.
Yeah.
They said,
I think that's amazing.
They said, "We have an account now." Oh, hey, awesome. Keep up the great work. Trinity Emergency Trauma Center. You're going to need to change your name too. Trinity Emergency Trauma Center, the 5th.
No, I thought you were going to say MTB at the end.
Oh, MTB, the 5th, MTB. Because we need another MTB channel out there.
Oh, dude. Like a hole in the head. Wow. Yeah.
Well, thank you guys for listening. And for all of you listeners, whether you're on YouTube or on iTunes or Apple or Spotify, what are the things that we on?
Spotify is the best one to listen to.
Yeah, all your favorite
the best platform.
But give us a 5-star rating if you enjoyed this. And if you're on YouTube, throw down a comment, please. Actually, don't worry about it.
No, just tell your friends. That's actually what we need. We need people to go and share it with other people and say, "Hey, have you listened to the Joey podcast? It's really funny." Do you know who I did speak to about our podcast too? Is Jill Kintner this week.
She's the world champion?
Olympic bronze medalist as well. In BMX. But she's been Crankworks champion multiple times. Enduro World Series podium. She's got a world champs downhill medal, I think, as well.
So were you like at the pump track and she was like, "Nah, you're doing this wrong"? And be like, I have a podcast.
I was talking to her on Instagram about something. I think it was just
DMing her. Okay, let's hear it.
I can't remember what I said, but I did say like, "Hey, I've got a podcast." And then I said, "Hey, you should come on." She's like one of the first people I actually said like, "Hey, why don't you come on?"
Oh, no way. Would she?
But she, I don't know, maybe. If she's very, very busy, obviously, with training and stuff.
Yeah.
But actually, Instagram has become like almost like a new text message central thing for me. So she's way back. But,
that's horrible because I have not been checking it. If you've been DMing me, you guys, I'm sorry, I'm not checking it.
I would love to because I would love to get a pro on more for them to be asking you questions about professional mountain biking because that's the discussion I want, right?
Well,
Kyle,
do you know
what I want?
Yeah, do you know any pros?
I mean, like Timmy's practically a pro, but no
one of our friends.
No, not your friends. Everyone knows lunch loops. Everyone knows Timmy as well.
Yeah,
everyone should probably know Timmy. He's a character.
Yeah.
Any professionals?
I mean, I know this guy, Jeff.
I was going to say, like Jeff Lenoski, the person's T-shirt.
I don't know that I can just hit him up though. And
no, that is a great full punter T-shirt. Did the print come out okay? Come out okay?
It's a fantastic shirt.
Okay.
Are they still available or are they just, is that a limited run?
No, that's it. It's never going to happen again. I need to come up with a new T-shirt idea. I can't. I said I'd never do that again, so I can't. So we'll have to. That's just it. I told everyone, and there we go.
Did it do well? How many did you sell?
55, I think.
Oh, so there's 55 of us out there, everybody post your shirts online and tag me because
and tag Sheyne.
I won't even check my Instagram
and tag Sheyne. That'd be great. But actually, Kyle, do you follow bike racing or like, I don't know, videos or?
Not really, no.
Do you just not have the interest? like this is what I'm trying to uncover. Because for me, I was in a pretty core part of mountain biking. Like I still talk about and follow all the races and the free riders and whatever you call it. But it kind of baffles me is why someone wouldn't be interested in it.
I mean, I got into mountain biking primarily for fitness and then turned into for fun as well. And so it's never really been about the competition aspect for me. And just my experience with sports in general, I never really followed the elite, I guess. It's not relatable to me. And so that's kind of the key. I prefer to follow people who are relatable, and there's no way I can relate to a pro, obviously. I mean, I named my YouTube channel Unprofessional because I know that's just another league.
Can you name one? A pro DH rider.
G. Atherton?
Whoa.
Yeah, that is one.
The only names I know is from watching GMBN.
That's amazing.
I was thinking our friend Aaron Gwynathan.
Oh, yeah. And I'm not actually familiar with Aaron Gwyn so much.
So what about, but Neil Donahue, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
But you don't know him from his time as a professional mountain biker, and you've not been really. Oh, I wonder what he did or how good he was or anything like that.
Not at all.
That's crazy. Like I know Neil from Earth 3, the bike movie, when he does a 6 suicide through these trails, and it's like, whoa, Neil Donahue's so cool.
What's a suicide?
Where you do a no hand and you throw your hands behind you.
Oh,
there is one professional I follow. And ironically, he's no longer professional, which is Scotty Cranmer, because he's a YouTuber. But they're entertaining to watch, and it's not about professional there either. It's just about the entertainment aspect. And
what happened?
Tell Sheyne about him. Yeah.
Oh, he was 3 years ago at this point, a little over 3 years ago. He went over the bars, I think, and kind of his front wheel went into a hole in the concrete, and then. Oh, I don't even know how to describe it. I know he had a spinal cord injury somewhere around his neck. And it was all kinds of, just have to go watch the videos. He had a part of his skull removed here.
Did he get paralyzed?
Yeah. So
he was paralyzed.
Yeah. So, and he's still mostly paralyzed, but he has some movement and he can walk, but it's very unlikely he'll be at 100% ever again.
Is he riding his bike again a little bit?
A bit, yeah. But it's not
it's incredibly painful.
There's some permanent impairment from what we can tell.
That's tough. Well, I mean,
it was horrific because he was X Games gold winning medalist.
Yeah.
He was one of the people that was push. I'm pretty sure I want to throw it out there that he was one of the first people to land a tail whip backflip.
He landed a lot of things. He landed a lot of firsts.
Brought
a lot of firsts to the sport. But I actually started watching their channel a month or two before his accident, and I was still kind of watching all the backlogged videos. And then one day I just I haven't even tried to watch whatever the most recent video is, and it was a day or two after the event actually happened, after the crash happened, and it was it hit me like a ton of bricks. I was it was just as devastated, just I had gotten connected, and then it was pretty emotional to see all that go down.
It was crazy. It was just one of those freak things, I think, that just happened.
Wow. Yeah. Well, I mean, I haven't had to wrap my head around that kind of thing yet, because I've been very fortunate to not have any major injuries. I mean, I went to the chiropractor for my back, and he was like, when you mountain bike, have you ever had a crash before? And I was like, a little bit.
Can I just say, that sounds like when you go to one of these psychic evenings and they're like, does anyone know a Jill? Oh, yes, that's me. Oh, do you mountain bike? Oh, have you ever had a crash?
You had a crash?
Oh my. Yes. How did you know?
Yeah. No,
I can just tell. I can just tell. It's come on.
But I haven't had anything major happen. Kyle, you are coming back from a broken. It's been a year, but you're coming back from your collarbone got busted into like 5 pieces. Like, how do you come back from a major mountain bike injury?
I think it depends on the person, but for me, very slowly. I think there's kind of 2 ways to go about it. I think if you want to have the least amount of like long-term mental trauma, it's probably the best to like go back and conquer whatever hurt you in the first place, because otherwise it builds up in your head for a while. And for me, I mean, it took like over a year for me to go back and hit the feature that I broke my clavicle on. And I used to hit it all the time.
But it took you like 6 months to recover.
Yeah. I mean, it's 3 months technically. And then I started riding, but it was very, very slow for me. I mean, some people would just get back on and push through the pain, but I was paying for it for a year or two. So I was not in a hurry to get back into full pace mode.
I'll tell you, we went back to the spot that he busted himself on. And we probably spent like 40 minutes there, him doing run-ups. Like,
yeah, I got pretty emotional too.
Like, what was it? Did you make a video?
No, not yet. We'll probably make a video when he hits it for the first time.
He hasn't hit it yet. I thought I
have actually.
Well, we'll do a video and do a reenactment and put some epic music on. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
We were originally going to make a whole thing of it, but then I got to the point where I was like, I'm so in my head about it that if we bring cameras and everything involved, I'm probably just going to back out. Like I just need to do it for myself first, and then we can kind of make it cinematic. But it took me a while. The first time I thought that I was going to do it, I mean, I sat there and I was really, really trying to do it, and I just couldn't wrap my head around it. Like I couldn't visualize it, so I couldn't send it. And the next time I went out there, I was able to, but I actually got really frustrated with myself because I couldn't hit it. It was like, I know I can do this. I've done this a bunch of times. I've hit it like over 24 times before I broke myself on it, but I just couldn't see it through. And,
I've been there with doing stuff like that, and I imagine many listeners have also been there with stuff like that. But what was it? What was the thing?
It was a big old drop on Pucker Up.
Yeah.
Did you ride Pucker Up when you were here?
I don't know. Maybe I was having I'm so over being tired from living at elevation for not long enough and going. Maybe I think so.
You know, I will say I still hit it ever since you broke yourself. I still hit it slow. Every time I come up to it, I back off a little bit because I think about you every time. And
there's this one. It kind of looks like a roll with maybe a bit of a drop at the end. But every time Sheyne posts a video of it, I'm just like,
I think that's Cathedral.
Oh yeah, the place
that's
that Kyle.
The gnarliest thing ever.
That one took me forever to get, but the place that Kyle busted himself was right before that. Yeah, a trail's
it's
gnarly.
So the one I got hurt on is a drop that it can be like 4 feet if you go slow off of it, but the slower you go, the more it kind of bucks your rear wheel a little bit because it's got a little, it's not very smooth. Yeah. But then if you go like fast, I mean, it can turn into like an 8 foot or more drop. Then because the landing slopes downward away from it, so the faster you go, the higher and further you go. Anyway, and I was hitting it pretty big.
Oh man, I used to be the type of person though that'd be like, yeah, let's just send it, don't think about it and send it. But when we were there, it's like I'm not that person anymore. I'm not going to be the one to be like, oh, just send it, don't think about it, because serious consequences.
Yeah, well, like pain is the least consequence of all of them. I mean, financially and like the mentality getting back in and like the fear I had to face trying to hit it again, those are way worse.
Financial,
than
the American healthcare system,
between insurers when I was at a new job. It was really bad timing.
So tell me, because I have no idea about this.
How much?
But like, yeah.
Well, so
this would be great clickbait as well. I'm just thinking out loud. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you, Kyle. Like, let's turn this debt into profit. So
yeah. So I was at the first 30 days of my job. So I didn't have a healthcare provider at the time until after the 30 days. And because I didn't have insurance, I was basically on the hook for the full bill, which total would have been somewhere around $50,000. But I got lucky in that it happened at the beginning of the month. And so I basically told my employer, like, I can't work for the rest of the month because I have one paycheck landing that month. And this is potentially a fraudulent situation. So Hopefully, no auditors. So here's the thing. So I had one paycheck landing like on the 3rd of the month, and if I were to work the rest of the month, I'd have more than the amount that you can be qualified for either Medicaid or there's the hospital. What I ended up having, the hospital has like a what's it called? It's like a charity assistance thing. So like it's a philanthropic charity that if you make less than a certain amount a month, you can
Okay.
And so I only had to pay like $400 instead of $36,000 because
wow,
400.
Yeah, well, for one part of it, that was just for the actual surgery, and then there's a anesthesiologist bill. There's I forget. There's so many. I mean, you get bills from so many directions, and they all tell you can get like a 50% discount if you pay within 30 days. We're like, well, I got like 10 bills for like $5,000 each that want to be paid in 30 days. So I ended up having to finance most of them. But the surgery itself was the big discount. The rest of them I had to, which the rest of it totaled about $5,000 for everything I was actually on the hook for.
So crazy. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's like $400,000 Canadian, Paul.
I just don't, it baffles me how people don't see this as like the most important issue in your entire country. Like, so, but we're going to get onto a different note, and people complain when myself as a foreigner comment, like wherever I do this, wherever I bring it up, people just say, oh, sure. Blah, 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 blah.
So are you going to be super cautious in Sedona this year?
Well, no, because I can get insurance. So it's way cheaper for me to get travel insurance. But I think I actually have it through, well, obviously I set up a business and then I have benefits through that. And part of it is being insured abroad. But I'm going to check because I can also buy it through the British Automobile Association. That wouldn't make sense. But yeah, it can still be pretty cheap and it's way worth it. Like I know what happens. Like when I had a big crash when I was in Austria. Luckily, I had a combination of insurance and my European health card. And what would have cost me like 5,000 euros, I think it was, to be carried off the slope, taken to the health center, had my back x-rayed, then get told that 30% of the time they're wrong. So they're going to take me to the main hospital anyway.
What?
That cost 5,000 euros for that privilege. But luckily, I had insurance. So I called up my insurers and said, hey, go and pay that bill. And they were like, okay, we'll do. And then they paid it.
It's convenient.
See, I avoid the ambulances too, because that's another $5,000 or so.
It just blows my mind. It really I just can't imagine living in a world.
If you have insurance, it's not nearly as bad. Like I have employer,
but it's still like
now,
but it's still bad, isn't it?
Yeah,
do you
like
know what I mean?
my out of pocket deductible, I think for me is $3,000. For the family, it's $6,000. Like, so we have to pay that much before we even get to like being covered.
And that's a lot of money, isn't it?
Yeah, but I can pull like before tax income into a health savings account to use for that. So I just keep that amount in there at all times.
But like,
because it sucks.
Why do you have to do that? Anyway.
Yeah, I know. Should we get political on this podcast?
Well, I mean, are we going to say mountain biker paid $50,000 to crash? Something like that? There's
$50,000 bill for a crash.
Yeah. There's something like that. Mountain biker's crash cost him $50,000. Like, which is true. So the clickbait is valid.
Was your bike okay?
Yeah, my bike was actually fine. I don't think there was anything.
Oh yeah, because I guess you just go straight over the bars.
If you've seen Mackie from Sid and Mackie's video of him crashing, it was pretty much identical, just not quite as big. Probably half the size of the truck he fell off.
Oh. Do you know that their video got demonetized? That video
because of the like extremeness of it, or why?
For the gore, I guess it was manually. I think I was speaking to Sid yesterday. But I think she said it was like they did it and then manual review. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Probably thinking about something else.
And the manual review, they still demonetized it.
I'm thinking about something else. I'm going to go with that. I think it was actually the Age 3 podcast who got demonetized because they had Papa John on, and they had the ultimate white person bad word. They were talking about how it was fabricated, and there's all this conspiracy theory. And then in the audio subtitles, they put the bad word in there, even though it wasn't said. And then YouTube was like, "Oh, we're going to demonetize you."
Oh no.
For not saying the word. It was very confusing. But
the ultimate white person bad word?
Yeah, it's something that us three would have no way would we ever say it.
Oh,
and we're gonna move on from on from it before.
I'm gonna put it in the description below. So check the description below.
Subscribe to Sheyne's channel to find out what that word. Anyway, what topic have you even come up with? Okay.
That was the topic.
We are not talking about the Santa Cruz e-bike. Come on, Sheyne, what the frick?
Hey,
that is no way. Deal. It's not a big deal. We're going to carry on.
Okay, but we said they would never make one.
Matthew Vanderpool wants to race enduro. We just talked about how none of you guys know who the professionals are. Then you pull out the cyclocross
road racer.
So Sheyne knows everyone.
Yeah, I know the road racers.
Listen, I've never heard of him either.
He's also a cross-country mountain biker. Hey, so Kyle, last year when we were at Sedona Festival, we were at the Floyd's of Leadville stand. There's like that, the CBD company.
Yeah.
You kind of look a little bit like Floyd. Have you noticed this, Sheyne?
Yeah, with the like reddish goatee.
If he took the glasses off, like you're basically Floyd. Wow.
Get a yellow jersey on you. And then put an asterisk on it.
And then hold this syringe.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, sorry, Floyd.
Anyway, so we're at the stand, and we go over, and I'm just like, CBD. Like, I'm from Canada. Like, it was legal by then, wasn't it? And I was like, I don't really know what this is. Anyway, Sheyne just goes, "Does anyone know who you are?" And we're looking at this guy. And I'm just like,
"Who's that?"
What? And the guy's like, nah, not many people know who I am. And then obviously we're like, who is this guy? And then Sheyne's like, yeah, he used to be on, he was Lance Armstrong on Lance Armstrong's road race team.
National time trial champion, Dave Zabriskie. Yeah.
One of the best.
Weird.
Yeah, no, not really, because like he's clearly put the work in to be recognized by other cyclists. But it was just this hilarious moment where the guy's like, nah, no one knows. No one never get recognized. Apart from Sheyne, who just came out of nowhere and went, you didn't do that. You didn't do that.
It'd be funny to have like a cyclocross champion show up to your enduro race and be like, who's this skinny guy? Like,
do you mean a World Cup, a cross-country World Cup winner show up?
He beat out Nino Schurter. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going to do the cross-country Olympics this year. I think is that a big question? I don't know if he is.
I don't know. He's gearing up for the Olympics, isn't he?
Yeah, but you can only do road and you can only do mountain biking.
Kyle?
I don't know any of these people.
The Olympics, it's actually an event that happens every 4 years. Multiple sports. Yes.
The Super Bowl that happens on every leap year.
Which was this one.
4 other sports. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But I don't like, again, okay, back to it. That's terrible clickbait, Sheyne, because I think he just casually mentioned in some random interviews, just like, maybe it'd be fun to do other bike disciplines.
I put out some options for us. I didn't say it needed to be that.
Oh, look, Sheyne, I wouldn't be doing Josh's job.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Should we diversify ourselves? Gravel riding? Actually, why is everyone suddenly gravel riding?
Yeah, what is gravel?
Right. Tell me about the gravel scene in Colorado.
Kyle wants a gravel bike.
I do.
Of course you do. You do.
I have 2 main reasons why. They're cheaper a lot of the times. And I don't think that, well, for one, I don't want to be on the actual road. I think it's the most dangerous place you can be on a bicycle.
Yep.
So you end up on some bike paths and you end up on fire roads. And I just think I'd rather have a more durable and more affordable bike than like a fancy dancy road bike.
Just a hardtail.
That's fine too. I'd like to do the whole drop bars thing. I'd like to build my endurance a little more, and I think mountain biking is a little harder to.
No, it's not. No,
Did you say you want drop bars?
Yeah. Why do you want drop bars?
Well, just to do that's what they're called, right?
He wants to be Peter Sagan, do the sprints.
Exactly. You just want to be the Mark Cavendish of gravel.
Cavendish.
I don't know what this means.
Yeah, no one's getting his references. This is all Paul and I are chatting. You know, Paul, you know things that I know that I thought no one would ever know. Like, I'll throw out bands that I liked from 2005, like in a text message, and people are like, "Oh yeah, I love them."
I was listening to them this morning.
Who are you, Paul? How do you know all these things?
Well, I'm equally amazed. Actually, Josh is incredibly knows bands as well. Like, what was I listening to when I was in Sea Otter this year with him? Oh, what are they even called? Oh, some classic band. He's like, oh yeah, I used to listen to these when I was like 12 years old. I was like, I just heard them last week. Oh, I can't even remember what they were called. If you give me some time, I'll go back and then say it, and you'll be like, oh no way, them.
You just started listening? I don't know, like 4 Years Strong. I would have never guessed that you knew who they are. Or Manchester Orchestra, like.
Oh yeah, big time.
You know,
and when I say go on.
No, I mean, you were like, oh yeah, it reminds me of Driving in New Zealand. And I was like, oh, I'll have to look up that band because it totally sounds like an emo band. Driving in New Zealand.
I was like, no, when I was driving in New Zealand. That's when I heard of them.
You know what our band name is going to be, Paul?
What, Driving in New Zealand?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a very emo-centric.
Totally.
Sounds nice.
Okay, Hawthorne Heights was the
band. Oh yeah, dude!
I have them on my playlist, my Spotify playlist.
Yeah,
right? Yeah. That's the one that does Ohio is for Lovers.
Exactly.
Right?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
That's the one. That's the song I have. And yeah, Josh was like, "Oh yeah, I know these guys." I was like, "Really?" Oh, okay. And you just found him. Found him. But,
hey there.
There, that's the one.
I know it's hard to feel.
Kind of like a light Taking Back Sunday.
Like I don't care at all.
My dream was to have the American accent to be able to sing those, but then it just sounds dumb if I try.
I can't make it on my own. I can't make it on my own. This has gotten way too out of hand.
Bring back emo, Sheyne, is what I say. Anyway,
yeah, I am going to.
Can we talk about? I actually really want to talk about this stupid gravel trend that's starting.
I just so organized
because I just don't get it. Like, okay, Kyle, I'm sorry, but you're going to be the bullseye for my arrow of questioning and finding out the truth. Okay. And I'm going to hit you multiple times in the face with like Kyle. Excuse me. Why do you want to? What's the benefit of drop bars?
Oh, I have no idea.
See, that's it. You don't know. So it's all a trend.
Though. I mean,
it's all a trend.
I mean, it's the next best thing to stickers, right?
In road biking, it's for aerodynamics when you're going above like 23 miles an hour.
Well, it seems like you get your weight over your pedals a little better or something.
What? No, not at all.
I have no idea. It just looks right. I mean, it's like a road bike, and all road bikes have drop bars, right?
Okay, so listen, you said you want to improve your endurance. Tell me, how is that gravel bike going to help you improve your endurance where your current mountain bike cannot?
Because I'd be more on consistent longer rides, and I'd be trying to keep my heart rate in a range rather than mountain bikes. I frequently take breaks, and like you can mountain bike without taking breaks, but it's more, what's the word, aerobic? I think
don't take breaks in gravel roading.
Well, I don't plan on.
If you're riding with me, it's going to happen.
Like, here's the thing. You can, I might blow your mind here, Kyle, but stay with me here.
Okay.
If you don't want your heart rate to go very high, don't pedal as hard. If you want to do more endurance and have longer rides and take less breaks, do that.
All right. Well, you can't go ride the launch.
Take less breaks. No, but you have like 18 road trails. You want to freaking get endurance? Just go and pedal up that slowly. Get a heart rate monitor, even though it's not actually the best way of monitoring anything. It should be power, but just do that. Like ride along at a pace where you can still talk.
That is essentially what I did, but it's still more. I mean, with the undulation, it's less consistent. And I just want to get more of a consistent workout, and that you
just ride more consistently.
But it goes up and down. Gears.
It's literally the nature of landscapes and everything. There is nothing in this world that is completely flat. It's called hills.
Yeah, but like at 18 rut, for example, you go in and out of these washes, and so you're kind of dropping down, you're going back up, and you're on and off the pedals, and you're not really like at a consistent pedaling. It's kind of I basically want to get a stationary bike, but outdoors. All
right, perfect. I hear you completely. So tell me, what's holding you back from riding your mountain bike on these gravel roads?
The tires are definitely they're not very nice to ride. Well, because I ride like a concrete path out to places, and I've done it on my Bronson, and it's okay. But there's less pedal efficiency, and
but that doesn't matter. You said it doesn't matter. You said you just want to do riding for longer.
Well, yeah, but if I like my hardest gear on my Bronson is not a very good gear on a flat smooth surface.
Okay, so I guess you can't change your front chainring, I guess.
Yeah, but then I would be hindered on when I go back to trails.
So you couldn't change your chainring back?
That would be ridiculous. I'm not going to change my chainring every time I want to go ride.
Kyle is the best mechanic I know, because we'll be riding and I'll hear something and be like, dude, when was the last time you checked this?
No, it's fine. It's supposed to sound like
I'm supposed to check that? He's worse than I am.
I'm a set it and forget it kind of person.
As in, I set my tire pressure and I just forget to pump up my tires
for the rest of the year.
Yeah, like it's like, here's the thing: marketing works, and this is what I think people just need to be more accepting about. It's like gravel is a trend. I don't understand where it's come from. People are like, oh, but it makes green trails fun. I was like, it's just taking a more difficult tool for another job. Like that's what it is.
I feel like I need to clarify my intention with a gravel bike. I basically want a road bike. If I run out of road, I'd like to be able to keep going.
There are probably people selling their cyclocross bikes to get a gravel bike. Pick up a cyclocross bike.
Yeah,
because they're basically the same thing. They're the same thing.
That can't be real, is it? I feel like
people are selling their cyclocross bikes to buy gravel bikes. Doesn't make any sense to me, because are they not the same thing?
They're exactly the same thing.
Do you know what a cyclocross bike is, Kyle?
I don't know the difference between that and a gravel bike. They seem very identical to me. Yeah. When I say gravel bike, I'm thinking of still a rigid bike. I'm not getting a fork on I don't need a suspension fork.
But would you put a dropper post on your gravel bike?
Possibly.
Why would you put a dropper post?
Just
because you have a dropper post on your mountain bike already. So like that would save you a job. It's already there.
It's just different practices. Why not both? I feel like it's a little apple and oranges.
You could take a gravel bike and put a dropper post on it for the maneuverability. You could put flat bars on it for better positioning. Maybe a suspension fork on there to make it more forgiving, and you would have so much more fun on this gravel bike.
You know why? Because what you've done is you've made a mountain bike.
Yeah.
No, I shouldn't throw rocks in glass houses here, because I have one bike that has 150 mil travel and one bike that has 170 mil travel, and I could tell you till the cows come home what the differences are between those bikes. But I saw this meme the other day, and it was Forrest Gump wearing a bike helmet, and it just said, still can't figure out why people are all of a sudden riding gravel. And I'm like, yeah, I don't understand it. People even do it around here, right? So many people. And they're just like, oh, we love gravel. Well, we're just really into gravel. I'm like, why? I don't get it. It's like, oh, those green trails, it makes them fun again. I was like, could you not ride those trails on? It's just like, you've just made it harder. Why not lock out your suspension and ride a green trail? Or
I have no intention to ride green trails or any trail.
but why not sit on your handlebars and try and ride a green trail? Do you know what I mean? Like, just make it harder if that's what it's about.
So we can I have an extra set of drop bars. We could put that on your Bronson.
Yes.
Lock out the suspension.
Well, there's still a lot of give in the tires to be on.
Oh my god!
road.
Do you know what would be amazing? Because you have a Santa Cruz, don't you? You can put drop bars on it, and then that's the picture, right? It's the picture, and then the title is making a gravel bike on a budget.
Oh my gosh.
You're going to be my YouTube project this summer, Kyle.
That is.
I've only got a few months of the summer.
Oh yeah, he's moving to California.
Wait, is that? But that might be secret information. I don't understand.
Oh, yeah.
Kyle's coming on here saying everything is secret information, but it's not secret information. He's committing fraud, but
insurance fraud.
That would honestly, if you did that thumbnail, that's 1 million views. Do you realize that's 1 million views, that thumbnail? And you just need to take Sheyne's drop bars from where he is right now, and that's it.
I mean, I'd ride it too.
Would the brakes fit?
Stem.
That's my second thought was the brakes.
We can make it work.
We'll
slide them on there.
Yeah,
the shifting will be weird, but
who cares? It's a gravel bike on a budget.
Yeah.
That would be funny.
Pump up your tires to 60 psi. Lock out your suspension.
Yeah. What? Just go and buy some different tires. Go and buy some less knobby tires.
Oh, but then I'd have to get another wheel set, really, because otherwise
We'll use your tires.
This is like I want to ride like a road or gravel bike frequently during the week when I have less time.
We could up the game by getting an uncomfortable AF saddle and putting it on there, because that's how road bikes are.
Yeah, that's it. That's just it.
It's a saddle that just like ruins your taint.
Hemorrhoids. You've had a broken collarbone. Why not try hemorrhoids?
I have one other benefit to the.
You're still trying to defend yourself.
Well, because it's important to me. Well, because it's about my fitness. It's like I can't run because it kills my knees and my ankles, and
you can't mountain bike because
I can, but it's like I have to drive. I have to load everything up. I got to drive out to the trails, and then I got to go ride. Otherwise, I mean, I've ridden my Bronson from home out to 18 road trails, and it's pretty boring. I gotta be honest. It's not.
Wait. Okay.
But you can't go very fast on it. Like I'm maxed out.
Hold on, because you just said I've ridden my bike from my house out along some gravel, and it was pretty boring. Please explain what a gravel bike
route I would take. I'll take new routes. We rode from Clifton, from like the east end of Clifton, which is on the far east end of the valley here. Rode out to Kokopelli and back, which was a 60-mile day. I rode that on a single speed rigid, it's kind of more set up similar like a gravel bike, but it's a single speed. And so the one thing was that it took forever because I didn't have gears. And I don't think that would be a very fun ride on my Bronson.
You could put gears on your single speed.
That I don't even know if that frame.
And then drop bars.
That's a $100 frame.
Drop.
I would, if we can rig up.
You know what?
A drivetrain to that. I'm in.
Kyle,
sold.
I do not blame you for following the rule number 1 in bikes, which is N+1.
N+1.
Yeah. So if you want a gravel bike, more power to you. I just don't understand why you want it.
I'm just baffled at the whole, like, I don't know where graveling has come from. Like, this is the thing.
I don't understand what makes gravel bikes so bad and road bikes okay.
No. It's not that one is bad and one is good. It's just the marvel at how the bike industry has managed to repackage cyclocross bikes and then be like, hey, gravel. All right? And everyone's just like, yeah, gravel. I don't know.
They even have the road biking, gravel road.
Oh yeah,
hybrids in between.
I'm obviously supported by brands that are well into making all of these, and I'm sure if I got sent one, then I'd take up gravel immediately. So don't worry, I will of course wind my neck in. But it's just like I can't see it. Like, do you know what I mean? Like the whole, I'd rather go on an amazing road ride. I think I have no problem with road riding. I'd way prefer to do
a nice road ride on the road with a gravel bike.
Yeah, but I just don't understand why you need to have this completely separate segment.
For me, it's about versatility. Like I said, I want a road bike that I can go onto gravel with. It's just a more durable road bike in my eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Like a cyclocross.
Sure, you can call it whatever you want. It's the same thing to me.
I actually did Google, and there's an advert. Craigslist Vancouver. I didn't check, and there was one cyclocross bike. However, I didn't do the control to do another one on gravel bikes, but gravel bike that can be very easily rectified. Yeah, there's 91 results. There was one result for a cyclocross bike.
People are selling gravel bikes. You know what they're doing is they're listing it as a gravel bike, but it's their old cyclocross bike.
Oh, it's pretty amazing.
Okay,
I mean, I don't get it.
You'd rather do a good road ride. Are your roads safe out there?
Well, it's pretty limited. The problem is that when I was in Morzine, I was literally doing Tour de France stages out the back of my house.
Oh,
and
so cool.
Yeah, so you could do like the Tour de France in 2016 finished in Morzine.
Wow.
And that was the Col de Jouplan, that climb up there. And you could do that one, and then you do the Rue de Voria, which I think has been in the Tour de France many times. Probably Armstrong has the record up it. And then you could do that, and then there's another one. I can't remember, up through Dudar. So you could do all those 3 in a day, and it'd be like 600 meters of climbing per hill. So it's like a good one.
Is it safe?
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's like there's not much traffic in a small mountain town.
Yeah, that's true.
But it's fine. But here there's literally like one road. Like you go out of Paradise Valley and then you come back, and that's the road riding in Squamish. But then there's Vancouver that has 3. There is a triple Karen in Vancouver that I'd quite like to knock off this year. But yeah, I don't know. Wow. I used to live in London. I've been hit by a car before. It's just like
it sucks.
Yeah, but I went straight over the bonnet or the hood. Sorry, I went straight over the hood and landed on the other side like perfectly fine. But the bike was totaled.
That sucks. Well, all this talk of road riding and gravel riding and gravel bikes. Should we move on to a related subject? Joey of the week.
Is it you? Is it me? It's the Joey of the week.
Joey of the week, Sheyne. Sheyne and Kyle, are we doing users first? We do listeners first.
Well, it
right?
seems like we haven't ridden enough collectively to have any nominate. I don't know, Kyle, you went on a real ride today.
Yeah. Should I nominate myself?
Sure.
I had a minor. Yeah. Okay. I had a Joey moment. So last night. So last night, as I was finishing my ride, I noticed that my Fox transfer dropper lever had frayed the cable for the 3rd time down to like a couple little metal wires in there. And I was like, okay, I better make sure I have that replaced before I go ride again. And then I'm out on the trail about to go ride. And when I realized that, I have like 3 little threads of metal holding my truck. So I had to be really careful and basically just leave my dropper up the whole time climbing like real old school XC. It was terrible.
XC. Is that Joey?
I mean, it didn't actually snap. So, I mean, I did still have it, but it was
the potential.
The potential was definitely there.
I need to maintain my bike. And then like a text gets shot out. Hey, anyone want to ride? And we're like, oh yeah, I'm fully ready to ride. My bike is good to go.
I probably had time to run by the bike shop too and grab another cable. But
fortunately, Kyle came to my house tonight and I had an extra dropper, lever, and cable to send you home with. So as payment for being on the podcast tonight.
It's like Oprah.
Yeah, there you go.
Wait, we pay people? Is that? I haven't paid anyone. Oh, crap. Okay. We paying clout over here. I guess my Joey moment, which was called out by, who was it? Nar Walker. I forget that people follow my training success or failures. So my Joey moment was trying to do a mountain bike workout and then failing pretty much every time I've been trying to do it lately. Sheyne?
Well, it's going to happen. I don't know. I still haven't taken my bike in for service. It still sounds like...
Have you tried taking have you just tried taking it off and taking it for a service? That's what you should say.
That's exactly what I need to do. I'm going to take it to you, Brandon York. So if you're, I don't know if he probably doesn't. I'll take it soon. But yeah, I mean, I haven't done enough. I've just got all my crap packed away.
Look, we really need this podcast to be bigger. We are in no way close to selling out here, and it's starting to get annoying. So if someone, please, like, can we hit 1,000 subscribers? Like Jiminy Crickets. Like, I've had 1,000 subscribers on my main channel in the last week. All I want is 1,000 bloody subscribers on this Joe Podcast YouTube channel. Sheyne, what do we have to do? How can we grow?
We could pay like a Chinese bot.
No.
Or a Russian bot to give us subs.
No, we can't do it. I mean, we are growing, but very, very slowly. I was hoping.
Know what? We need the Trinity Emergency Trauma Center MTB to recommend to every single one of their patients that comes in.
Yes.
Or when the patient is just there, just pull it up for them, make them listen to it,
and say, "Oh, I understand you've come in. I understand you've come in for some trauma. Can we just check your phone real quick?" And then you pull it up. Subscribe, follow on Spotify, 5-star review on Apple iTunes, and go, no sources on your phone, unfortunately, and then give it back to them. And then you know that you've done a great thing. I mean, laughter is the best medicine, they say.
Yeah. So thanks for that, you guys. We appreciate that in advance.
Okay, so what are we?
Our nominations.
Yes. Wow.
Only one.
This is Kyle, do you want to read? Let me just. It's good.
Good one.
The only reason is because it's underlined, so I've just fixed that for you. Yeah. Do you want to take that away there, Kyle?
All right. Do I need to say his name? Because that's
yes, you do. Yes, you do need to say the name. Yes.
Would it be Toho or Toyo?
Tojo.
Do we know that? Okay. Tojo.
We never know.
Refer to them as they.
As
they, though.
They.
Yeah.
Babies.
Yes.
Joey of the Week submission. Went on a ride after work. When I arrived at the top of the mountain, it was dark, so I took my light out of my backpack just to realize I forgot the helmet mount at home.
Oh, no.
That's something I would definitely do. Had to hold it in my hand and rode down the fire road instead of the trail.
Oh,
I think the biggest Joey moment of that was just not sending it on the trail anyway. I mean, just embrace it.
Hold on. Wait a minute. You spend this whole podcast saying about how you're really cautious and like everyone's like, "Oh, you guys take it easy."
This isn't my medical line here.
Might just take up gravel riding. Well,
the thing is, Toho, Klabater, you put your light in your backpack. Like you were thinking, you knew that when you got to the top of the trail, you were going to need your light to get down.
What about the old light in the mouth situation?
There was prep involved. I've
done a good way to break teeth, I feel like.
But also less likely to crash, thus lower risk. Maybe greater consequences, but lower risk.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like it's a pretty good one. Just climb the fire road and then ride back down with the flashlight in hand.
Well, that's gravel riding, I'm pretty sure, isn't it?
Hey.
Hey,
Mr. Klabauter, hey, you got it. You know what's up, dude.
Just really don't understand. I just don't understand it, and that's why I'm so against it. Like a real human being.
So Tojo, he wins, or she, or they win.
They win. Yes.
The listener nominations. Should we decide between us? So I say it goes for Kyle, just because he wants a gravel bike.
Is that a Jerry? That's not a Jerry move.
I see. Here's the thing. I've been the Joey of the Week before, right? I think.
Or at least, I think so.
I'm pretty sure.
You had a nomination.
That's true. I don't remember.
But what was it for? Like, hold on. I do. Oh, it's like I can. Shane said my. Go on. Yes.
My back is still pretty sore.
Yeah.
Was it looping out? Wasn't it?
My rear brake basically failed on me.
Yeah.
I think it was I had put chain lube before I drove out there and it got onto the rotor. Or either way, I just pulled up a manual and my pads did not grab the rotor and went straight to my back.
But it was like 40 feet into the
so
trail.
bad. Yeah.
We were like, let's go for this.
Before we got to actually ride.
Let's go for this great ride. Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's
wow.
I don't know. I don't think you won, but you were definitely nominated. Yeah.
Do you know, all I want to talk about really is just like getting to Sedona, because it's like basically 2 weeks away now.
Yeah.
2.5 weeks.
Excited.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
What are the, I just really want to do, like, a buddy that left all the trail beta in, he said, but he doesn't say, we're looking for like feature trails. Like that would be the best thing.
I don't know. We're going to have to explore them. I'm sure the locals there are going to let us know. I don't know.
Be sure
Maybe.
to spend time at the bike park.
Oh, yeah.
I wish we
Yeah.
had spent more time there.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm actually gonna just hang around Sedona for ages and just ride my dirt jumper in the bike park afterwards. I've got a load of videos. That well, no, probably one. I spent a week in a bike park and this is what happened, or something like that.
I know.
I do want to do something maybe with Lanoski, because I really want to learn how to like put my front wheel on something, then kind of go up on that front wheel and then go over it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like trial style?
Yeah, like that
Really
thing.
slow. Oh, that'd be so hard. You've got to learn the like back
But
wheel
if you-
stall with the kick forward.
I used to be able to do that. I should really just, because I used to do some trials. No, I wasn't very good at all, but like, and that was many moons ago, probably half my age. 16 years old. Yeah, it was. I was half my age, so there's no way. But I feel like that thing could be quite doable. Maybe Jeff would just be like, "Oh no, Paul, what you need to do is this," and then I do it.
That's exactly how he sounds. Well, I don't know. I think as far as Sedona goes and all the videos that are coming, the number one thing that I would let everyone know out there, like you're going to be excited. You're going to have to stay tuned, click on the videos, because you're going to see